Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about what I bring to a gig, and maybe this will help you out. And if you have anything extra that you want to add, let me know in the comments down below. But let's just jump right into it. So today I'm kind of knocking out two birds with one stone. Not only am I letting you know what I take to a show or to a gig that might help you or maybe give you some ideas, but I also ordered some foam for my Pelican case that I carry everything in. So as I take everything out, I'm gonna put this foam in and I'm gonna put the foam into the Pelican case and make it all nice and pretty. So this right here, this is my Pelican case. I don't really know what model it is or anything, but this is it. Now, don't be alarmed, but the way that it's set up right now is very, very bad, but this is the entire reason why I'm going to put foam in here and make it all nice and pretty. So yeah, let's just get right into it. So there's really no particular order of what is important versus what you should take, not take, or what might pertain to you or pertain to me. There's really no particular order. This is just me unloading my Pelican case and kind of the stuff that I deal with on a daily basis. Not only is this stuff for gigs, but also for any kind of practices. Everything I need in here, I just kind of close it up and one-stop shop everything in this case that I need. So very top, Two Notes Torpedo Captor X. That's this guy right here. I mean, if you don't know what this is, it's basically a load box, an attenuator, a virtual cabinet, IR loader, all sorts of craziness. But we do a lot of in-ear stuff for practices just because everybody that is in a band that we practice with is a family man. So they have kids and wives and all that kind of stuff, so we can't be too loud. So we run in-ears with all this kind of stuff, and the Two Notes Torpedo Captor X helps with that. Of course, I got power supply. My idea behind all this is that all of my big items, I'm gonna have specific custom slots for them within the foam, and then anything power supply wise like this guy will have its own big pool of just cables off to the side. Next thing I got is a switch for my amp, a channel switcher for my amp. It is what it is. I use that. I've been enjoying the clean tone of the amp that I've been using, which is the PRS MT15. And yeah, I love the clean tone. There's really nothing wrong with it. Just add a little bit of reverb and it's a great clean tone. Shure in-ear monitoring system. In-ears, like I said, we use them. Here's the, what is this, the transmitter? Will this be the, this would be the transmitter for the in-ears. Speaker cable, now I have one in here, but it is good to have two. For practice purposes, I only need one, but for live purposes, I still run in-ears sometimes, depending on the venue. But I do like good stage volume, so I like to feel the vibrations in my feet. So for that, I have a second one coming out of the Two Notes Torpedo Captor X that gives me some stage volume so I can just kind of feel it. You know what I mean? Speaker cable. Power supply for the amp. I mean, it is what it is. Power supply for the amp. This right here, this is basically 3 cables wrapped up into this awesome little sleeve thing here. I don't know if it'll actually focus or not. Probably not, because my camera's super awesome, but this is a little thing that I got off Amazon. Everything that can be bought off Amazon is linked down below. Go ahead and click on those links. It helps me out and it's free. So yeah, help me help you. Power supply for in-ear monitoring systems. Like I said, everything that's power supply wise or cable wise will just kind of be in its own little thing. Regular guitar cable. I use a wireless system, which we'll get to in a second, but for practices, 1000% I definitely use cables just because it's less plug stuff in, you know, it's just less things I have to worry about. Old school cable, there you go. This doesn't always live in this little Pelican case, but this is an iRig system. I don't know if you guys know what this is, but this is the super old one. This is the very first one that ever came out. This basically lets you take a line level down to an iPhone level and it doesn't blow everything up. And you can just have professional sounding audio with just this little guy right here. I actually have a video on that, so if you want to check it out, it's right there. But yeah, iRig. It doesn't live in here, but I have it. Here is my TalkBox power supply. Here is all the little knickknacks I need for my Sennheiser wireless system. That's this guy right here. Sennheiser is pretty cool. They put a bag in here and it just makes it really convenient. I don't know why everybody doesn't do this. Sennheiser is the only one that I've come across that actually does this. Let me know in the comments down below if you know of another company besides Sennheiser that gives you like a little storage bag. I think it's kind of cool. Here is a super awesome guitar cable. Now the reason why this is awesome is because it's completely custom and I'm endorsed by these guys. This is from Bestronix Pro Audio. I mean, they make solid cables, and their prices are super decent. That's BTPA, Bestronix Pro Audio. This has a silent jack. I also have a video on that too. I think I do. Maybe I don't. Maybe I'll leave this part out. But what's cool about this is that it has a silent jack. So basically, it's got this little sleeve right here, and when it pushes it in, it activates it. When it's out, it doesn't activate it. So you can actually have a live amp plugged in and loud and all that kind of stuff, and you won't get that big, loud, annoying pop. Random power supply cable. It's one of these little guys. So like if I lose an amp power supply or pedal board power, I have an extra one. I don't know where it came from or why I have it, but well, I have it because of just in case. But I have that. Next, I love my beer. Speaking of which, oh yeah, I love my beer. Mic stand beer holder. This is not for cups. It's not a cup holder, it's a beer holder. Joby GorillaPod, again, does not live in this case, but every now and then I'll throw it in there just in case I want to go live. I put my phone in here. There's this awesome little thing right here. So it's a double cold shoe mount. You can't see it because this thing is, whoop, look at that. Yeah, double cold shoe mount. That's this guy right here. It's pretty cool if you want to attach any kind of external microphones. But Joby GorillaPod, again, does not live in here, but I do have it in here because last practice I thought I was going to go live and I didn't go live, but here it is. Pick holder. You must have a pick holder. Just have a pick holder, okay? Here's an extra one, super long. So here's this one, boom, look at that. This one doesn't even fit in screen, it's so long. See, look at that. Pick holders are cool though. Talk box, because you always need to have that talk box on you. Here is my guitar wireless system. This is the Sennheiser, what am I using here? The XS Wireless 2. This thing is pretty solid. The model is EMXSW2. I mean, it's solid, it works. It wasn't that expensive. I'm not really sure how much it was. But what's cool about it is that it has a balance and an unbalance and a line and a mic part, and it also comes with like a rack mount. So if you want to put this inside of a rack, you can. I don't put this inside of a rack. I just sit on top of the amp because it's easier that way. Sennheiser guitar wireless system. Boom. Then here is my in-ear system. I use Shure in-ears, but the actual system I'm using is Galaxy Audio. I went cheap on this because I didn't really know how in-ear monitoring systems worked, and I wanted to learn about it before I started spending money on it. And honestly, this Galaxy Audio, what is this? I don't even know what model this is, to be honest with you. It doesn't say, but oh yes, it is. AS950T. I think it's like 200 bucks, 100 bucks, 200 bucks. Super cheap for in-ear wireless system or in-ear monitoring system, but it honestly hasn't failed me, and it's very solid. It's actually really, really good. So I'm kind of happy with spending this money on there. When this craps out on me in a couple years, maybe at the earliest, I'll probably go to Shure just because of the name brand. But like I said, I just wanted to learn about it and just figure out how it works, what it is, before I drop, you know, $600 to $1,000 on it. But yeah, check these guys out, pretty decent. All right, we just got more cables, really. Here's a mic cable. Just because I do use my in-ear monitoring system. I do need XLR. Well, I don't need them, but I prefer it. And then also I have a second XLR cable here because of my 2Notes Torpedo Captor X. So that's what this is right here. That's this guy. Patch cables, random patch cables because you never know. Random patch cables. Actually, I use a couple of these for the talk box because I use my talk box through the effects loop of my Line 6 Helix. But patch cables, there's that. Sennheiser, so I bought a Sennheiser E609 and it came with a super awesome pouch. But in the pouch, I also have a Shure SM57, and then here's my Sennheiser E609. I use the Torpedo Captor X. I keep saying that over and over again. I sound like a broken record. However, I carry these microphones on me just in case. Maybe I want to mic up my cabinet. I don't really know. I have them on me just in case. If for whatever reason a venue doesn't have a microphone for me to use my talk box with, I'll use the SM57. But that's what this guy's are for. And like I said, it came with a super awesome case. So again, Sennheiser with the cases. Thank you, Sennheiser. Talk box tube, because you need a tube with the talk box. Antenna for my in-ear in-ear monitoring system. That's what this antenna goes to. Last but not least, electrical tape. I actually use this for my talk box because the Velcro that comes with the talk box, it either wears out or it slips. It doesn't actually hold the talk box in place the way that I like it. So I use electrical tape, and I literally tape it in place. And then whenever I'm done for the night, it comes off nice and easy, doesn't leave any residue, and it's good to go for the next show that I have. Electrical tape, have it on you. You never know when you need it. Then I like electrical tape. I did say last but not least, because it's not the least. Here's the last part. This guy right here. This is an extension cord. What's cool about this? You've got 4 different, can we see? Yeah, there it is. We got 4 different outlets right there. And it extends out to, I think it's 25 feet. I don't know if it even says. It's 25 feet, I think. It doesn't say, but extends, right? And then you got this awesome little handle here, if you can see, boop, right there. And you just roll it up, boom, and it's right here. This is super bulky, and honestly, the 4 little outlets that are on here are very close to each other. So when you start getting plugs that look like this big old fat guy, where'd it go? Well, now I can't find it. Oh, there it is. This thing is absolutely massive, this plug right here. When you start getting power supplies like this, it starts getting really annoying. So I'm actually not gonna put this in there. It's also very wide. I'm not gonna put this in there. What I am going to do is put a different power extension cable. I'm gonna put a different extension cable in there. It's got 6 or 8. It's your normal power strip that you see, but it's got a 20. Man, I keep burping. It's got a 25-foot cable on there. So, but you can roll it up, and it's. I'll show you whenever I put it in here. I'll show you it. But I'm replacing this guy. This is good to have on hand, though. It's been very handy. I've had this thing on me for, man, how long have I had this? At least 8 years, and it's gone through a lot of shows. So yeah, there's that. This is the current foam that's in there right now. Very yucky, very ugly, very not good. So that is gone, and now let's get the new foam in place. All right, so here's the new foam. I did some measuring. Let's see if I'm correct on measuring. Fits like a glove. Okay, so we're good to go. Get this foam out of here. Okay, so this also does come with a lid foam piece. I currently have a lid foam piece in place that actually is not that bad. So we're gonna leave it there. I'll just have the new one that's in the box right now as kind of like a backup. There's the first piece that went in, literally like flawless. And actually it's kind of a super tight snug fit. I'm assuming it should be like that. I'm trying not to push too hard on it because the little foam pieces might break. And then it comes with 2 extra pieces, just like that. I honestly might only need just 1 more, but we'll see. We'll start with 1 to see how that goes. Yeah, we'll do 1. Okay, so there. Now, you can't really see it that well on camera, but there are very small, I'd say 1/4 inch squares, foam squares. And this is called pick and pluck. So what you do is you just kind of pick what you want it to be. And then we make it happen. All right, so very first thing is we're gonna talk about my Galaxy Audio in-ear monitoring system. Pretty simple. I just want it to sit right here, just like this. So all I did is I just kind of shoved it in there, and then you can see it kind of made its own little mark. You probably can't see it because my lighting is terrible, but let's go. Now this doesn't have to be a perfect fit, but I do want it to be pretty close to it being almost perfect. Perfect Almost, get it? I'm in a band called Perfect Almost. There we go. So now that's the first layer, or the first level, I should say. Now we're gonna go down to the second level and we'll see what this thing looks like. So here is the very first piece of equipment that has made its way into the Pelican case foam. And it fits just like that. OMG, can you imagine that? Look at this, there it is. Boom, just like that. Okay, now that we have better lighting, because I'm an idiot and didn't change the ISO, this is what it's looking like coming out of there. That's the size, very small. So then the very next part, the very next thing I want in there is this guy. So all I'm gonna do is do the same exact thing. So I'm just kind of eyeballing the distance and whatnot. And there it is, boom. It kind of like outlines it for you. It's pretty simple. It's not trying to take out other pieces that I don't mean, but I'm also being very careful. I'm being fast but careful. I'm not trying to rush it, but I'm also not trying to take my time either. Does that make sense? Am I making sense? So I just want to make sure. All right, perfect size, see? So that's the first layer. Now we'll go down to the second layer. I'd imagine the more I do this, the faster I'll get, the better I'll get at it. But so here it is, Sennheiser guitar wireless system. Boom, just like that. There it is. And then you can see the lid here. Like I said, that's the existing foam that was on the lid. That's in perfectly good shape. So I'm gonna keep that there. Next, talk box. Something like this, right? That's kind of how I wanted to just slide right in there. So let's see where we're at here. All right, now let's look at it. Here we go. There it is. I would have liked that to been a little bit snugger fit, but honestly, for what it is, whipping it up in there ain't nothing but a thing. Next thing, Torpedo Captor X, boom. So it'll be just like this. If this works out the way that I think it should be working out, I'll be mad that I haven't bought this a long time ago. Again, for the foam, you can also find this on Amazon, links below. If you buy it from the link, I do get money from it, so it helps me out. Help me help you. Boom, just like that. See that? Next layer. This is a lot of trash you got to pick up. Keep that in mind. All right. Boom. There it is. All right, next order of business. I've got these two guys here. Oh. I've got this guy. So basically what I want to do with everything else is just create a like a line right here. I'm going to line, and I want all this foam to just be gone. So I want that to be a big, massive pocket, essentially. Does that make sense? And this is what I'd like right here. So that right there is kind of what I'd want. So all my stuff, I mean, I'm going to do the second layer too, but all my stuff would just go in like this. There. And, I mean, it's not going to be organized. It's just going to be thrown in there, you know, just a little spot. That's all it's going to be. So let's go again. Go. Boom, boom. There it is. How's that look? Does that look fantastic, or does that look fan-frickin-tastic? So now all the stuff that we just went over is literally just gonna sit in here. I mean, obviously I'm assuming there's gonna be a best way to actually pack this down. Not cable, but same shape. So I gotta do this stuff now, where I just spread it all over the place. Is that what's happening here? Cables and patch cables, boom. The only thing, oh, this cable too. Honestly, this may not live in there because I don't need it. So that's not gonna go in there. The only thing that I do need that I don't have right now is my extension cord. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. Here's the extension cord. So, kind of fit like this. Let's see, the only thing that I don't have in here that was in here before is one cable, the iRig system, and the Joby Gorilla Pod. Other than that, everything else is in here. Like I said, it is a tight fit, but it's organized and it fits. There we go. Thank you so much for hanging out and checking out this Pelican case thing. That's what I take to a gig and practice. I do have a couple extra cables just to be redundant for live gigs, but this is what I take. Is there anything else that I missed that you take? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.